Greetings all, it's the Devious Monkey here, and kind of a monkey in the wild, because I'm going to give you a real quick overview of what is going on, including my gear and why I've been gone for a while. All right, let's hit that one first, why I've been gone for a while. So, as you know, this is not what I do with all of my time. I do have a day job, which I often refer to lovingly as friggin' day job. Sucks having to work for a living, but that's the way it goes. So, I have day job, and the fourth quarter is always the most brutal quarter out of them all because we have like the biggest campaign of the year happening during the fourth quarter. Last year, it all turned to shit because we had a special project on top of the big campaign, and while it was trying, I made a lot of money. So this year, I was given some pretty high goals, but they weren't as awful as I thought they were going to be. And I ended up having a really good quarter because I hit my October in September, I hit my November in October, and I've now hit for the quarter, and it's still November. I just did that like a day or two ago, and I was worried about that because I wanted to have it done last week, and it didn't happen. And I was like, son of a bitch. And then I kind of wanted to have it done before Thanksgiving, so that I just didn't have to worry about it for the rest of the year. Now, on top of that, in sadder news, my father just passed away on Monday, and I really wanted to hit get that goal day job shit out of the way in case he passed, because we knew it was coming pretty quick, and I just didn't want to have to, deal with the death of my father and then have to come back and grind out a bunch of day job work trying to hit my goals, because I just wasn't going to be there. And thank Zeus, even though my father passed away on Monday, I ended up hitting my goals like Tuesday and Wednesday yesterday. It's Thanksgiving today. Happy Thanksgiving for those of you that celebrate. So I was able to hit my goal and be done for the quarter. Now I can go and deal with the passing of my father and everything, and having to drive to Pennsylvania and everything, and then come back and not have to worry about, now I got to flip the switch back on and grind that shit out. So that's all taken care of. As far as these two, I don't want to say two channels because I only have one channel, but I seem to be doing two different things on them. One is my normal dumb monkey daily vlog bullshit where, I just do dumb shit and take you around with me. That would include just, going to 3 ships, going around running errands, going on the road for day job and all that kind of stuff. But then I had split off earlier this year into a monkey in the wild, which is going to be like my wildlife, I guess my wildlife photography, but very bird centric because a lot of birds around here. That's going to parlay into what I've done with my gear. I pretty much sold most of my Sony gear. I got rid of both of my A7R5s. I got rid of every G Master lens, and I pretty much have it pared down now to this. I have an A6700, and I have the Sigma 500mm prime lens, which on this A6700 makes it a 750mm. I do have 3 or 4 APS-C lenses for the A6700 for just normal walk around photography or vlogging if I were going to use it for that. But I got rid of everything else, and that's pretty much it for the Sony gear. And this camera is really going to be used strictly for the birding, the wildlife, and all that kind of stuff. In the meantime, I bought this. I bought a Panasonic Lumix S5-2X, which is their video-centric version of this camera. I bought a 24mm f1.8 Panasonic lens, and I'm keeping them all Panasonic, no third-party lenses. This 24-105 f4 lens, which lives on here 90% of the time, and then I realized this did not have enough reach to film when I'm filming the birdies, so I bought a Panasonic 70-300, and it's O.I.S, image stabilization. So is the 24-105. The 24 does not have lens stabilization, but the stabilization that's in this camera is freaking sorcery. And I know I've said that about like the Sony stuff with the autofocus and everything is sorcery. Now that they've fixed the autofocus on the Panasonic stuff, because I used to be a Panasonic fanboy, It is amazing. Now, when you couple that with a lens that has image stabilization for that dual IBIS, holy crap. And then it also has 2 levels of electronic stabilization. It is a little bit of a crop, of course, but it is damn near having it on a tripod and or a gimbal. As you can see here, I just got this yesterday. I got a small rig V-mount battery plate that just screws in under there, and of course I've got a couple of plates on there to make it work and all that stuff. So now I can use a dummy battery and I don't have to have the handle and all that kind of stuff. I've got several different setups for this camera, and that will be a separate video and I'll show you all that shit. But this is now my film camera. This is what I'm doing all my filming on, other than like my Pocket 3 or the Action 4, which come in handy. I have always been intrigued by drones, but Yankee Cowboy's been trying for years to get me to buy a drone. And I'm like, dude, there's no point. I can't fly it around here. The airspace around Virginia Beach is so restricted from airports and the Navy bases and just everything in general that I can't fly it anywhere. So recently, I don't know what made me think of it, but I looked it up in the country where I can fly a drone and all that kind of stuff. And I noticed that Pleasure House Point was in between 2 no-fly zones. So I'm like, oh, really? So I actually went to Pleasure House Point and I don't see anything anywhere online or at the actual physical location that says that you can't fly a drone. And it's also not restricted airspace. So I was like, fuck it, I'm buying a drone. So I bought the DJI Mini 4K Pro. This is the lightest you can go, right at the borderline without having to register it with the FCC. It's 249 grams. I tried to hook it up here at my house and it's a no-fly zone here. Why? Because I live a block and a half away from the heliport behind the hospital. So nope, can't fly here. I have to drive somewhere, basically, if I want to fly a drone. Can't fly a drone at all around here. So, and I'm not going to be one of those people that's just like, ah, fuck it, I'll just do it. And they're not going to care about me. No, I'm not paying a $27,000 fine to the FCC for violating, drone laws and all that kind of stuff. Now, in the meantime, I had decided I was going to get this. I did my trust, whatever you call it, like the trust certification. Got that certificate, it's printed out, I've got it in my bag with me, so I have it at all times. And then I started watching as many videos as I could, reading as many articles as I could about flying drones. And as with everything in my life, I hone in on something and then I jump into it 110%. So that's what I did. And I started reading and watching about flying these things and what to do and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other thing. Long story short, I decided that I'm actually going to get my Part 107 license to be able to legally, commercially fly a drone and make money with it if I want to. I was daunted by, oh, if I get one, then I have to register with the FCC. That's crazy. It's not. It just means I have to register it with the FCC. That's all it means. I think it's like $5 or however much it is to register it. Now I can get bigger drones and fly them and not have to worry about shit. Just a whole different set of rules I have to follow, but that's okay. So I ended up getting the recommended book to study for the Part 107 exam. And I started looking all this kind of crap up. At some point, I'm going to get a bigger drone. Right now, the Mavic 3 Pro, they just released the Mavic Air 3S, and I'm waiting for the Mavic 4 Pro, but right now there is pretty much almost 99% chance that there's going to be a DJI ban in the United States. After reading up on that, all that means is that, like right now, they can't ban me from flying this. They can't ban me from flying anything that's currently on the market because it's already passed and been allowed. What it may mean is in the future that they will not let anything else, any new technology in this country. So I might not be able to get a Mavic 4K Pro when it comes out, in which case I'll get the 3 Pro or I'll get the 3S and I'll be done with it. If the world were a perfect place, I could get the DJI Inspire, which is their cinema level drone. I think it's like $17,000. So I'm not gonna be doing that anytime soon. But in the meantime, I also, like before I bought this, I thought to myself, do I get this or do I get this? And I opted to get this. And then yesterday, I got this. This thing's like a toy. I mean, it is literally like, it's teeny. It feels like a little toy. It's a couple $100. And all of this stuff is so that I can practice with it at various levels of weight and maneuverability and blah, 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 and all that kind of shit, because I'm gonna throw myself into this. And I've already taken the 4K Pro out and gone to Pleasure House Point a few times because it's been really shitty here. And I've practiced, you know, with this, that, and the other thing. And the last time I flew this, I actually ran out of battery. And that comes from me not being able to read all of the symbols on the screen. The nice thing is that it knew that it was running out of power, and it clipped off and said, you know what, dumbass, you're running out of power, we're bringing it back. So automatically, boom, it hit the return to home on itself, and the drone flew back to me where I had originally taken off from. So a couple of lessons there. One, learn how to use my damn drone and the controller. Two, that I know that even if I'm an idiot, the software and the hardware will take care of itself. Take care of itself, for the most part. I mean, there's no getting away from being a dumb monkey, and I'm gonna do shit that's gonna crash this thing or do something stupid, but not so stupid that I end up getting fined or anything like that. The nice thing with all this stuff is that it comes online, it connects, it goes out into the world and connects to the satellites, the GPS satellites and all that kind of stuff, and it tells you right off the bat, you cannot fly here. This is a no-fly zone. So that's how I found out for sure that I cannot fly at my house. This is gonna be something that I take out, when I say this, the Neo, the DJI Neo, this tiny little toy-like thing, is perfect for me to get B-roll of myself when I'm in Pleasure House Point, taking pictures of birdies and all that kind of stuff. It'd be perfect to like follow me around, sort of like just maybe at eye level or just a little bit above and all that kind of stuff. And then this is for getting all that sweeping cinematic vistas of all the trees and the water and all that kind of shit. I got a lot to learn. I have a lot of practice that I'm gonna need, but for the most part, I'm good to go for now. I want to start studying, and that was all part of like getting my day job goals taken care of and all that kind of shit, so I can take the next month of December where I'm not like under the gun to try to worry about financial shit and all that stuff, but I can kick back and relax, and when I'm at 3 Ships, take that book with me and start studying, because I seriously want to get that Part 107 commercial license and see where that takes me. That's pretty much what's been going on in my life for the past few months. We're settling into the holidays again. Today's Thanksgiving, and I just wanted to keep you updated because I know I haven't posted in a while, and I said I was going to start posting more, but then, you know, life happens, and that's the way it goes. So hope everything is good with all of you out there. I hope you're having, the start of a good holiday season. If you hate the holidays and all that kind of stuff, sorry. Hope you can find something that's positive and good. Sorry I've been gone for a while. As I say all the time, life intrudes, and that's just the way it goes. Thanks for joining me. You know, I'll be around more, I swear. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them down below. As always, thanks for joining me. Be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, kids, forward and up.